Hi, my name's Jonathan Hicks. I'm back at the Dice Cup, and this evening I'm joined by
Rob, Mark,
and we've just finished playing Code of Nine. Now, this is a worker placement game. There's various different kinds of resources in this game, so I'm not sure if you can see this, but you've got coins and statues and books, and you have this will track here. Is it will, is it called?
Yeah.
You kind of get these points here, which you can spend on things. I think there's a couple of other different resources as well. There's like a white thing here and a black thing there. There's a pile of different kinds of resources. And when is your go? In the round one, you can use these worker placement spaces here. And it's really very straightforward. You can go here to get 3 coins. This gives you 3 will. That gives you a coin and a will. But as you go through the game, it unlocks more spaces, which will potentially look at other players' cards. Now, the cards are very important because you get dealt 2 of these cards and they're face down at the start of the game. You can look at your own though, so you know what you've got. And these cards dictate what you get points for at the end of the game. But no one else knows what cards you've got until they go on the spaces that let you look at them. So my cards here said you actually lose points, these are the victory point symbols, for having those 2 kinds of resources. And this one says if you take this action here, which rather strangely will instantly end the game if 2 people do this, that gives you an extra 10 points. It massively changes the kind of point scoring that's going to happen. This one's saying whoever has the most resources in total gets 5 points. But Mark, didn't you have one that said whoever has the most... whoever has the most resources actually loses 8 points. This one was saying whoever has each coin is worth a point. But this one's saying if you have 2 books, you lose 10 points. So these cards make a huge difference in terms of how you score at the end of the game. So you're kind of going around supposedly collecting resources, but there's no guarantee that resources are going to get you points. And in fact, they may end up you losing a lot of points. So that's why the various spots like this one that you can see an eye with a card, and this spot here let you look at the cards on the other players' player boards. There are things as well, these attacking ones will let you steal resources from other people, which can be quite key. There are spots which will stop people attacking you. So you're just placing on the board, trying to get the resources, but trying to figure out what actually gets you points at the end of the game by looking at the cards, and then engineering your acquisition of resources, or maybe sometimes you want to get rid of resources to make sure you have the most points. Whoever has the most points at the end is the winner.
I really like games like this. I like the hidden goals and not knowing what you're doing, and if it's going to be worth anything, it might even cost you the game and you might lose it. I like one of my favourite games is Argent the Consortium, which is got that similar sort of thing, but it's a big sprawling Euro. It takes about 2 hours. When this is 40 minutes, it's really, really fun.
Mark?
Yeah, this is the most bizarre worker placement game in the world. The actual worker placement bit's mainly about the transfer of resources, not always coming to you, because you oftentimes, one of the spots lets you choose 2 players and force one player to give another player one of their resources, and you choose which one it is, which can massively change the game because you may want to play for another certain number to get negative points. If it was a longer game, it would be bad, but because of the chaoticness in the short time, it works fine. To be honest, it's just funny. It's a funny worker placement game because you suddenly realise that you've been done in by another player by what they've been planning for the whole game, and that makes a difference, I guess.
Rating out of 10?
Just an hilarity sake, probably at 7.5.
Okay. Rob?
Yeah, I would say it was 7, but because of its game length, I'd say it's an 8.
Okay. Yeah, I really enjoyed it. It has that kind of bluffing element, so you're looking at what other people are doing. Oh, he's collecting lots of coins. Maybe one of his cards means coins are worth points, but maybe he's just doing that to put you off. And that works really well. It is nice and short. The worker placement is very straightforward, and it all comes down to trying to work out what the cards do. There's a lot of different kinds of cards. Just briefly, if I show you this sheet here, these are all the possible different cards you can get in the game and what all the different effects are. So there's all kinds of crazy things that can happen depending on what cards happen to come out. I really enjoyed it. I'd be on an 8 out of 10. All right, thanks for watching. That was Code of Nine.